listen to me very carefully, listeners, because the last few weeks I've been thinking about making this announcement, and I haven't done it yet because I don't want to be premature.
Black Ops.
But I was just thinking before I went live about 2 minutes ago
Yeah, come
during the
on.
break that I don't want to be taken off air before I give you this warning. And I want you to understand something right now and get it through your head 100%. We already sent the bat signal out. We already got Trump elected. You see nationalism exploding everywhere worldwide. But anybody that doesn't understand that there's not going to be a globalist counter-offensive to that is blind. And I can tell you right now, for sure, they've made a lot of preparations. But we told you about them spying on Trump and the martial law plans, and all that's in the news. I'm here to tell you, they may pull back. But currently, intellectually and gut level, they're already in motion. The switch has already been flipped. And a year in politics and life is like a millisecond. So a month or two is like a twinkling of an eye. The switch has been flipped to not just take Trump out. A lot of folks go, well, you know, Trump's been great or whatever, but what do I worry about? They were going to have Hillary captain race war, sex war, division.
Okay, let me just add here that if something does happen on this scale, okay, listen to me. If this does happen, it's all biblical, people. It's in the Bible. Okay? I've already did a video on this information. Okay? It's all biblical. You just have to go back to my videos and look it up. Okay? So here we go.
Economic collapse to then organize us and make everybody capitulate to get their pension funds back and their 401ks to agree to whatever they said. Federalization of every city, every police department, the Strong Cities Initiative run by the UN, the CHICOM's funding it all through the universities. This is decades of preparation and traitorous activity. So understand, America is on its last legs right now. Trump was a speed bump. I was even reading this great article out of the London Center on the Hill, America, the New Socialist Frontier. And they say that Trump was just someone that they say slowed it down. I was talking to Roger yesterday. I said, Trump's been a speed hump. And that's it. So, notice all the, quote, socialist women elected, and it's all over the news, meet the, here it is, opinion, beware the furies, President Trump. And it's like, look at these incredible women, Meth Mouth Cruz and these others marching together. And it's all about women. Oh, we're about to take America over and all this crap. Nothing to do with women. It's just cold-blooded social engineering.
Right.
And so
exactly,
they plan to overthrow Trump and then put America into a civil war. See, we're trying to stop a civil war. They're saying, yeah, we want your kids. Yeah, we want your guns. They're trying to push us into it and give us no choice. So, Roger, I'll get your take on this as a seasoned political analyst, but I know you've been involved in 9 campaigns, 4 or 5 administrations. I don't think you disagree with me about how dire our straits are right now. And I can tell you right now, the trigger's already been pulled. There's no putting the bullet back in the barrel. And the bullet's about to leave the barrel, and then it's going to traverse its trajectory right into our head. But if we metaphysically understand that and move out of the way, we at least have some chance, but it's on. Trump doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He thought he'd turn the economy on. He'd let black folks out of prison that the Democrats put in there. He thought he'd pull us out of these wars and Democrats would like it. They never cared about wars. They just like to bitch and act like peaceniks. They love wars. So he's going the route of JFK. In fact, I'd say Donald Trump's already dead. I predict he'll be dead, or I think they're not going to leave him walking around. I think he'll be dead by March 15th. It's already been decided to kill the president. Once they get the new attorney general in, he's deader to doornail. What do we do to stop that? Or is there any hope for him? In fact, let's just say he's dead already. What do we do for our children? Trump's dead. Trump's dead. Oh, no. He's dead already. So he's dead already. What do we do? Don't just admit it. He's dead. He's gone. It's over. He's dead. So what do we do? Trump's dead. He's dead. He died. His family's sitting there, all cowards, lined up except for Don Jr., going along with it. He's dead. What do we do?
God, I pray that you are wrong. But
he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Go ahead.
You know, what's ironic about this, of course, is that every day goes by, we learn more about the plot to lay out this takedown, this coup. We learned last week that Bruce Ohr did, in fact, warn the FBI about the origins of the fake dossier that was used as the underlying rationale for the spying that was meant to use to take Trump down, the core of what the deep state is so desperate to cover up. But the American people, because the mainstream media just doesn't care, that story, an incredible story by John Sullivan.
No, the American people don't know, but what really matters is Trump doesn't know.
Yeah, well, how he could not know about Bill Barr is beyond me. And of course, the obvious question is, whoever recommended Barr, whoever pushed him within the president's circle, did not have the president's best interests at heart. And the president needs to fire that person right now. Look, the hour is late. He can declassify the FISA warrants, which lead right to Barack Obama, and I think turn this entire situation around.
No, I agree, but before this new guy gets in, who does he appoint for the Uranium One that totally changes the subject to reality?
Well, right now, the acting attorney general has the authority to appoint anyone. What's wrong with Andrew McCarthy? I would appoint him. This FBI director's got to go. I would fire him immediately and put former New York Police Commissioner Ray Kelly, someone Trump has known for 50 years, in that job. There are patriots who are willing to step into this government, but the call never came because Reince Priebus and his minions were blocking those people. And that is a sad fact. And now the chickens have come home to roost. I actually wonder whether the seeds of the president's destruction were not sown way back in January and February and March, when Steve Bannon made no effort whatsoever to get Trump loyalists in this administration, and the White House and the cabinet was peopled by swamp creatures whose only interest was returning to the status quo.
And by the way, when I say Trump's dead, he's done. Politically, he's dead. Everything's dead. They're making their move. You can see it. The total shutdown of all conservative nationalist media, you know, even famous top preachers, big shutdown. It's all happening. It's clear as day. And if we don't do something, it's our fault. And I want to get people ready. Because I told you Trump was coming. I told you the nationalism would sweep the world. We're still winning worldwide. But those of us that are on the tip of the spear, we got to get ready to pay our uppance to, you know, God to get this done. But we have to understand that we have to get the base ready for Trump's assassination. Clearly, they're not going to just remove him. They're going to kill him. They're not going to leave him out there wandering around saying stuff or fighting back. So they're getting ready to kill him in the next 90 days. I don't think anybody can disagree. And we're only saying this to try to save the president. And just separately, imagine this is our last broadcast ever, Roger, because it could be any day. What do we say to the listeners? Because this is what this is all about. This is the dire straits we're in. Let's not lie to the audience about this.
Well, first of all, we're not folding. We're not quitting. We're not running. We're not heading for the tall grass. I myself have been fighting for 2.5 years, and I will continue to fight no matter what. But the president is besieged. Yet today, Alex, he still has the power to save himself today. Soon that will not be the case. What you're looking here, in my opinion, is a complete rerun of the Saturday Night Massacre. Trump will wake up only when it is too late. He will then move to fire his new attorney general, and that will trigger the chain of events, just as it did with Nixon.
But how does he pull this nominee now?
Because his advisors will tell him that it's too late, that he can't do so.
No, but how does he do it now? Trump, how does he pull the literal, daddy of Robert Mueller out?
He's got a window here in which Matthew Whitaker is still the acting attorney general. Whitaker is, by all measures and all reports, a patriot. He's got the ability to appoint a special counsel for Uranium One. He's got the ability to.
No, I get it. He should do that now before the new guy gets in. I agree. How do we kill the nomination of the latest swamp creature?
Well, hopefully the president has woken up, although I think his advisors will tell him it's too late. His advisors have continued to get him to ignore his...
Yeah, because they're a bunch of wimps. They're a bunch of punks and a bunch of scum. Here's the deal, folks. America's borders are being collapsed right now. The UN's doing it. We're on our deathbed if we don't wake up and say something. That's all I'm telling listeners is, we've had a lot of warnings before, but this is the maximum warning. All right, Roger and I are talking during the break. Bombshell info from Giuliani. Wait till you hear this. But here's the bottom line. Robert Mueller, after 2 years of a fake investigation, is honing in, like we told you, on Roger Stone and myself and my dad. We were there 2.5 years ago when WikiLeaks was all over the news, giving interviews to the Washington Post, the New York Times, CNN, MSNBC, and wouldn't give us one. I called him Hillary's butt plug for not doing it. And so now the Senate's subpoenaing my emails, and we learn what Giuliani is saying is coming next. This is huge. Roger Stone, tell us about this.
CNN has just released an interview with Mayor Giuliani, who, of course, is representing the president as a private attorney. Giuliani says he has seen documents that indicate that the special counsel told Jerry Corsi that if he would testify against the president, Roger Stone and Alex Jones, that they would give him probation, and that if he did not, he was looking at 5 years in prison. It appears to me that Jerry decided to try to split the difference, won't testify against the president because he knows that he doesn't want to be the John Dean of this drama, was perfectly willing, unfortunately, to make up stuff about you and I. I recommended him to InfoWars. I was among several. There's no doubt about that. But the idea that I recommended that you pay him hush money is a canard made of whole cost. It's nonsense. It's false. And then implicating your father, who gives the guy a severance after you terminate him, as if he's done something wrong, is just beneath contempt. I am so disappointed that he's made up lie after lie about me.
Well, let's make, I'm not trying to brag and act like a big shot here, but Roger Stone doesn't make any decisions here. No one does but me, which I wish it wasn't. I make all the decisions. The color of the carpet, what's on the video screen behind me, I built InfoWars. Not the CIA, not the FBI and all these scumbag white shoe boys who couldn't wipe their own ass. I built this. And I will not sit there and hear this crap that anyone tells me what to say or do. And I'm not trying to brag here, but the idea that Corsi's been coming on the show for 17 years with 4 or 5 #1 best-selling books. The top advisor to Lou Dobbs, and he was a smart, good guy. And I was betrayed by him. And I saw what he was when he was drunk talking crap to us in D.C. a year and a half ago. And so the idea that he would then take our goodness to him when he was a falling down drunk and couldn't get his work done and typos everywhere. We have all the emails going, what the hell, dude? Half this article's misspelled. That turns into my daddy thinking they know I'm ready to die, that I would roll over because they're trying to target my father. Makes me sick.
Well, how do you think I feel? Here's a colleague who I liked his reporting and his writing at WorldNet Daily. He now claims completely falsely that he told me that John Podesta's emails had been stolen. That's a lie, an unsupportable lie. Now he's changed his story again, saying that I told him ahead of the NBC Billy Bush tape release that he should tell Assange to release Podesta's emails to distract from it. This is a new iteration of a lie. There is no evidence to support any of this.
And now I'm paying this son of a bitch hush money. Bull crap. So let me ask you this. What does this mean that Giuliani, the president's main lawyer, has come out and torpedoed Giuliani? I mean, he's come out and torpedoed Corsi. What does it symbolize that the president's head lawyer, Giuliani, has come out and torpedoed Corsi?
Well, it says more about Mr. Mueller than it does Jerome Corsi. I think we see the extent they're willing to go to try